welcome to Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. Come on in, come on in. I'm getting this lighting together. I see that ring camera all in the peripheral. Let me see if I can get the ring camera out the way. Whoop, and the ring camera is falling. At least y'all know I'm reporting live, everybody. I'm reporting live. So let's see if we can get that. See if we can get that situated so that we don't have the ring light all in our background. Come on in, sparklers. How y'all doing today? Good, good, good. Wow, it's been a busy few days. Lots of topics, lots to chat about. Some great downloads today. So come on in, come on in. Grab my notes because I've had quite a few things to share. And for those of you who may be new to my channel, welcome. We are a respectful community at the Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. So as you enjoy the chat, remember to be respectful in the community in the chat because we love to have conversations and engage in some good topics. So first of all, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to all my sparklers coming in and enjoying my show. I appreciate you. And by the way, this marks the 25th episode. Yes, I am so excited. This is the 25th episode, my sparklers. Thank you all for coming in and joining my community. I started this journey and I had a goal and a vision at the end of last year that I said I wanted to launch in 2025 my show, the Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. And yes, it is live. And you know what? I'm going to have to go and close one of my doors because I just heard my fire alarm where, it's time to change that battery. It just chirped. So we don't need chirping in the building. Just give me 1 second, my sparklers. I don't know, sparklers. Is it me that once one smoke detector goes, they all want to start like that simultaneous chirping? We ain't trying to have that over here. So I'm going to change that battery when I'm done with this show because I do not want all of them having a chorus, all at the same time. Well, as the time is coming on in, the time is ticking. I want to go ahead and get started with, I'm going to shout out Mom Knows Best because I know she in here watching. Hi, Mom Knows Best. You can put a green heart in the chat for Mom Knows Best because I know she's watching. Hope you had a thankful, thoughtful Thursday. And by the way, before I kick off my show, I do want to say, to my entire family, the oldest patriarch of my family passed away, and the services was today. And shout out to Billy Johnson's children. He lived a long, wonderful life. I want to say he was 96 or 97 years old when he passed away. That is a long, fruitful life. So just a shout out to my family, as my oldest cousin was buried today. So I wanted to make sure that I did recognize and honor my entire family. May he rest in peace. All right, moving right along. Let's do a vision board check-in. I've been on the phone all day today, all week, basically talking and handling different things. But it was a very good conversation. Shout out to Riri and Lily because in the conversation, as I was talking about the vision board and I said these things about the vision board, I said, a previous episode, I talked about, have you looked at your vision board, taken a Sharpie and checked off the goals that you have met? It's so important that if you have reached the goal, check off the goal. It's something about checking off that goal. Now, you're not finished, but it's an accomplishment to see that you have met a goal and you keep going. And so Riri said to me, well, I'm going to flip my vision board over because I have some refinement and I have some things now that I need to add now that we're at the midpoint. And I said, you are absolutely right. We are now at the midpoint of the year. Those goals that you have met, check them, celebrate. But there should, if that board is full, flip it over. Flip the board over and start identifying what your new goals are. See, because one thing about it is goals are constant. They don't stop because your board is full. They don't stop because you met them. You always keep your goals and the vision in front of you. You keep it pushing. So when she shared that with me, that she said, well, there are two sides to the board. I'm just going to flip it over. I'm like, good for you, because that's exactly what you should do. You don't stop and say that's the end all be all, because that goal is sitting there. That goal is in front of you, and that goal is saying, you need to see me. You need to see me to affirm with me, because you're going to reach these goals. So I just wanted to share a real world example coming in from Riri and Lily. Now listen, I had some download nuggets today on the Inspirational Corner. And I'm going to talk about my Inspirational Corner, and then I'm going to talk about the journaling in just a second. But the inspirational downloads, oh my goodness gracious, happened to be on my Instagram. And Will Packer, shout out to Will Packer, he was showing a podcast show that he was doing with this host named Mel. Mel Robbins is her name. And he talked about some things that were so powerful. I said, I've got to share these with my sparklers. My sparklers got to hear this, because they were so empowered. They were empowering and they were so impactful. Mel Robbins asked him a question about, how do you keep your energy locked into your vision? Woo. Oh my goodness. How do you keep your energy locked in on your vision, is what she asked. And I love as he reflected on her question and he was talking and responding, I remember him saying this: no matter what, if you got a goal, you got a dream, you stay consistent. You stay consistent with that goal, with that dream, and your energy is going to be aligned, because when you're focused and you shut out the noise, and I'm just ad-libbing, he didn't say this word for word, my sparklers, but what I'm saying is, my takeaway is that he mentioned, no matter who's in the room, you deserve to be there. No matter. It's all about your confidence. So you're going to lock in your energy to focus on your vision, because you know with confidence, being confident to say, I deserve to be in that room. You're going to do everything you can to make sure you show yourself approved. It's one thing about saying you deserve to be in the room, but what are you going to do to get there in the room? Okay? Consistency. And when he said that, I was like, wow. No matter who's in the room, you deserve to be there. So peeling back the onion, now it's going to take some work now. It takes that grind and consistency and staying focused on your vision to get into that room. After I heard the podcast, the little tidbits of the podcast, I jumped right back into his book, because you know what, sparklers, I have been stagnant for a minute. I have been circling around chapter 14 of Will Packer's book Who Better Than You? And I jumped in on the final pages of chapter 14. So I am finished with chapter 14 and going into 15. But let me tell you, the words on his page, they resonate with you. If you all don't have this book, you all need to go get this book. I don't get paid for advertisement of this book, but let me tell you, and by the way, that's Mom Knows Best, everybody. She has her own bookmark, yes, because she has a library named in her honor, and so that's her, and I keep it in here. For those of you who are new, that's my mom. But as I was saying, the power in his book and the downloads of nuggets he gives you, if you are aspiring to do what you have said in your mind that you want to do, who better than you? But the takeaway is it takes the consistency and dare to be confident. It's nothing with being, he said, it's healthy, the art of healthy arrogance and dreaming big. If you have a dream and you believe in it wholeheartedly, it's nothing wrong with showing up and being present with confidence. You need to let them know who has entered the building. You have to let them know who has entered the room. Okay? I'm just sharing that, boy, today was a download of inspiration and powerful things to keep you on track. And you know what I say it is? It's nothing but affirming where even personally I am going and where I see my journey going. It was affirmation that I am on the right track. Because also what's interesting is, so last week I talked about fierce conversations and I had asked a few questions. And this week I had a question from Fierce Conversations. And the question is, when was the last time I said what I really thought and felt? When was the last time I said what I really thought and felt? I'm going to let that one stick with you for just a second. I want that to just stay with you for just a moment, my sparklers. And by the way, you can go ahead and hit that like button. And you are welcome to subscribe and share with your friends. And also, by the way, feel free to comment in the chat. I love when the chat starts rolling and we get really into the conversation. It gets heavy. The chat room just starts going and going and going, and we all just engage in good conversation. So the chat room is open. The chat room is open, so feel free if you want to, add a comment, want to add a little something to the chat, you are welcome to do so, my sparklers. But the question is, when was the last time I said what I really thought and felt? Now, I hope, sparklers, that you reflected and you thought about truly, when was the last time? Whatever you had on your mind and whatever you felt, when was the last time? My next question is, what do you deserve? Do you know what you deserve? By the way, notice I didn't say what you want. I said, my sparklers, what do you deserve? There's a clear difference. And so I want you to wrap your minds around that and embrace that one for a moment. What do you deserve? Not what you want, but what you deserve. Powerful, powerful. Come on in. Like and subscribe, my sparklers. Come on in. Oh, by the way, as you're thinking about that question, I put on my little sparkle razzle tazzle because I'm celebrating my 25th episode. Woo, woo! 25th episode, a quarter in on my show. That is so super and duperly exciting Yeah, I'm going to celebrate myself. Who better than me? And if not me, then who? Okay? The healthy art of the art of healthy arrogance. Right? Okay now. Don't be shy, my sparklers. Y'all more than welcome to come. Just chime on in. As you hop in, just chime on in. Moving right along, moving right along. Another takeaway that I captured from his book in chapter 15. He talks about, you got to get in the lab. You got to get in the lab and do the work when nobody's looking. What are you doing? It kind of goes back to the question that Mel Robbins was asking earlier. But he talked about getting in that lab. It's that work that nobody sees that you put in. And when it's time to show it, lights, camera, action, you can be pleased with the work that you put in when nobody was looking, to enjoy the hard work, the fruits of your labor. Sometimes I call it the microwave society. Now, these are my words. Like I said, I kind of I do a synopsis of what I'm getting from the book, or if I, like I said, with the podcast. So I don't want nobody saying that. Ooh, he said that. He said it. No, he didn't say. No, I'm talking now. And what I'm about to say is this: we live in a microwave society where everybody wants everything right now. They want the fame, they want the accolades, they want the awards, and didn't put in the work. Didn't even take a class, or didn't even take an acting class, but think they know more than the director. Didn't take an acting class, think they know more than the movie producer. Didn't take one single class and trying to call the shots on the set and stage. Didn't take a class and want to know why are they being overlooked when they say they know it all. That's not an art of healthy arrogance. That's being over the top uh, of lack of knowledge and understanding, that you've got to put in the work. You've got to get in the lab. When nobody's looking, what are you doing? What are you doing when nobody's looking? Because if you're not doing anything, but you're walking around taunting out these words, you're not putting in the work. All you're doing is putting that hot air. That's called the hot air energy. Nobody wants no hot air energy. You got to put in the work. You got to put in that grind. You understand where I'm going, my sparklers? You got to put in the grind. So when he talked about getting in the lab, I call it getting in the lab too. I didn't realize till I read Will Packer's chapter that he also calls it getting in the lab. But he says, but when you find that sacred place, a place where you're not going to be interrupted, folks hovering over you trying to figure out what you're doing. It's your place. It's your quiet place. He talks about that sacred space. We cultivate the skills, the knowledge, and resilience necessary to reach our goals. The sacred space we cultivate, the skills, knowledge, and resilience necessary to reach our goals. Powerful. That's how we get into the room and we stay there. That's how we have a seat at the table and stay there. Getting into that place, that lab, and working, and nobody's watching. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're doing to set yourself up to be in front and be in that room and deserve a seat there? Boy, I tell you what, the downloads today and inspiration, my sparklers, they were so powerful that I knew it was going to be a lot I talked about, so I wanted to put it in on the forefront. Now, moving right along into journaling. The journaling is all I'm going to do is just summarize basically what I was talking about getting in the lab. When you have a journal and you are writing to affirm, that you should be in your quiet place there too, because it's about having a one-on-one relationship with your mind, your ink pen, and the paper to write down your affirmations and about where you see yourself and how you gonna get there. What is the vessel and tools you're gonna use to get there? Writing every day to manifest your goals and dreams, I say thumbs up. I write every day. If I forget to write one day, I get a little nervous and say, oh my goodness, I didn't affirm where I'm going. I am somebody. I am a winner. There is never has been, never will be another person like me. I will keep on striving until I cross over, find a path through, tunnel underneath, or simply stay and turn that mountain into a gold mine. I know I can. I know I will. I am a winner. I am somebody. All right now, you better cheer on yourself and pump yourself up because let me tell you, waiting on Superman, that's not a realistic goal to me, waiting on Superman. But when you are saying specific, measurable, obtainable tasks and goals for yourself that are real, that are tangible, that you can achieve, hmm, now, now that is affirming. That is affirming exactly what you're manifesting. Mm-hmm. Moving right along. So, like I said, just a little short snippet on the journaling. Spotlights today. Well, I thought this was cute. It was a cute challenge. So the Shador boys, oh my gosh, the Sanders boys, Deion Sanders boys, Shiloh, Shador, and Deion Sanders Jr. all had a challenge where they went to KFC, the chicken restaurant, and the goal was who could pass out 250 fixer up boxes first. And the events in every location they were from Texas to Ohio to Tampa, Florida, all started at 4 p.m. Um, wow. I was so tempted to go. I said, I know that line is wrapped around the corner because as soon as they released the location and I looked at the number of likes, I said, oh my gosh, it's already over 2,000 likes. And it was just a few minutes of dropped information on IG. So I know a time was had today, and I know that was all the frenzy at the KFCs all around the areas in our great United States of America. But did you know? Just a little random trivia. I went to a KFC in Ochos Rios, Jamaica. Now, I just went in because I needed to cool off because I had gotten a little bit hot, so I didn't eat the chicken. But they said the chicken is real good because, see, they use some ingredients, that might be, it's all supposed to be similar, but it's just that extra little twist, or extra little oomph that they put in it that make their chicken taste good, allegedly, because I don't know. I didn't eat it, but I can tell you one thing. That chicken smelled good. Okay, it smelled real good. So shout out to the Sanders boys. I think that was a healthy competition. I don't know who won. The event started at 4, and they were going to keep going until all the chicken was sold. Until all the chicken was given away because they gave away 250 boxes. So I thought that was pretty neat. I love that give back spirit. Very humble, guys. They want to say a lot about Deion, but what they cannot say is that he did not train his young men up in the way they should go. They are very humble. Just want to put that little nugget out there. Also in the spotlight, training camp starts next week. July 24th is the kickoff to the NFL training camps. Tickets are live. Y'all can go on and get your tickets, get your whole life out there at the training camp. You can watch the NFL players as they are practicing. Look at those squads getting ready. Look at the moves and shakes and all the techniques that they are working on as they prepare for the new season. I think that's pretty cool and exciting. Also, by the way, a new movie alert. So Darian McGee, the amazing movie producer that wrote and produced these two movies behind me, is hosting auditions this Saturday, Sparklers, this Saturday at the University Mall in Tampa, Florida. Now, come on out. If you are, serious about your acting and you want a start, maybe, you've been thinking about acting, but you just really didn't know where to begin. Come on out. If you know that this is something that you want to do and you're passionate about acting, come on out to the auditions. Saturday, Okay, they're from 1 to 4 p.m., my sparklers, in Tampa, Florida, at the University Mall. Look forward to seeing you there. Okay, if you happen to watch my show and you show up, just let me know that you were on my show and you saw that I did announce the auditions. I would greatly appreciate it. You got to let me know who you are, because you're behind camera. You're behind the scenes. I can't see you. So you have to let me know if you do come to the auditions, because you saw it on my show. Let me know so I can give you a shout out. Also, moving right along, some trendy news that I was saving to the end. That Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour, woo! When it came to Atlanta, it was all the buzz. 4 shows. She showed Atlanta some love. Y'all got to give it up for Beyonce and her, oh my gosh, her resilience and her grind is top tier. No one cannot say this about Beyonce. She puts in the work. She puts in the grind. And she loves her fans and gives her fans an awesome show. She's training Blue Ivy up. She's coming up the ranks. And I tell you what, the passion that you see in their movement and the energy that they give off is like they are sincere about what they want to show their fans. So I just have to say, wow, 4 shows is amazing. Now I got to get into a little trendy tea. Like I said, I'm not messy over here. I don't get into all the hoopla, but what I will say is this. You know, we need to do a little bit better about, that saying, keep your hands to yourself. If something doesn't belong to you, don't touch it. Y'all remember them good old days? Do y'all remember them good old days? Well, I'm saying that to say, whoever broke into that SUV that belonged to Beyonce, Beyonce's dancers and choreographer, and stole the unreleased music, stole her stage setting plans, bring it back. You had no business breaking into that car, touching anything. It did not belong to you. Let's get on back to the good old days. Bring it back. I also heard the 911 release tape about when the dancer called and had to report this unfortunate and sad news that here this lady is giving her heart, soul, and spirit. Y'all over there in the parking garage breaking into the SUV, stealing her stuff out the back rear window. We better than this. Okay, all right, sparklers. Okay, fam, we talking right now. We got to share like, hey, we better than this. If it doesn't belong to you, don't touch it. If you picked it up, put it back. It was never yours to begin with. Put that lady stuff back. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. I had to say my piece. I think I handled it in a mild-mannered way. I could have went real left, but I'm just saying, let's do better about respecting other people's property. Okay? Very good. Now, moving right along. A few minutes left of my learning corner. You can see what's in the background. Today is day 112 of my peppers. My green peppers, my red peppers, and my yellow peppers too. Y'all see my bell peppers over here, my beautiful plants. I'm really getting excited. They're really growing. They're really maturing. So I feel in my spirit that soon I should see some peppers starting to form. I'm going to give you guys breaking news just as soon as I see my peppers. I will definitely let you guys know. Now, one more thing I just wanted to add. I got a few seconds left because I'm coming to the conclusion of my show. Also, in the learning corner today, I just want to share a takeaway with you guys. And the takeaway that I wanted to share with you is this. Those of you who have children that are in between ages 1 and 3, make sure they are exposed to language and communication and vocabulary. sight words. You know, sight words, what that means is those are the words they're going to see by sight almost everywhere they go every day. So I want to say this. If you haven't been talking to a child, if they're between 1 and 3 and they started daycare, make sure that you communicate and hear what they're saying. They might be babbling, but you say it back correctly, because the goal is, my sparkler family, we have to immerse our babies into language. They need to hear the words. They need to hear vocabulary. They need to see these words that are also known by sight. Anywhere they go and they read the word chair, they should see the word chair. They should actually see a chair, making real world connections. So if I don't, if there's a takeaway as I'm closing out, because I'm 30 minutes, 42 seconds now in, immerse a child into language. It is so very important. I don't know about y'all, my sparklers, but let me tell you, I've had a great time today. And so I just want to do a little takeaway with my sparklers, if that's all right with you. And I just wanted to say, if I can find it, it might not be today. I thought I had set something up and I don't even see it. Let me go back, because I did want to do a quick little recognition and just say, and that ain't what I want to say, y'all. That ain't what I want to say. But what I want to say, I guess, is coming up in just a minute of what I wanted to say. Got to wait and let that finish. But what I wanted to say is, I'm now 31 minutes in. Thank you for hanging out with me on my 25th episode. You guys are awesome. And I just may do, I don't know if I'm going to do a smash up tomorrow, because I know I do have to take care of some things tomorrow. But you will see me again. And I'll pop on again before next Thursday to come on in and join you guys in some chats. Okay, my sparklers? Be safe out there. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.